Okay, now my screen is visible to all of you and it's audible to all of you. Okay, already have shown. So, is it recording? Okay, so in the previous session, I have discussed up to the point of navigations with responsive, right? Then it is next is working with the paginations, alert boxes, and other things. So let us write here. First, let us write mm, alert messages. Or else, let us do one thing. Let us go with first breadcrumb. What is a breadcrumb? Showing you the path from where you have reached to this page or that particular page. So how it will be? Let us write here. Then so you can say here from home from home to something electronics and from electronics to, for example, say mobiles, or else you can say mm, ACs. From here to you came to the product, particular product, something, and see that output. Showing a list of items, and when you write a class, breadcrumb, And for each and every item of li, you have to write bread crumb hyphen item. Okay, so like this, showing the path. Then next is pagination. How you can design a pagination. A href. So like this, and you can have here ampersand l a q u o, which is going to give a left arrow mark, r a q u o, which is right arrow mark, and page 1, page 2, page 3, like this number of things. Apply the class pagination. Then for each and every li, page hyphen item, and for each and every anchor element inside that, page hyphen link. So just apply these same things to, okay. And now, right, you can see here a link effect, sorry, pagination effect, where we have a list of items that we are going to show per page, how many list of items we can show, and at last or else in the beginning we show this link, and when user clicks on second or third something or one, will be moving. That is, will be, I mean, here we can draw it, we can make it something where it is further, that kind of an action, how we can create a pagination by showing list of items. Then next is we can see mm, badges. Already we have, okay, we will discuss here itself badges. What is the concept of badges? Highlighting a particular content in the text, sorry, in the existing content. So let me tell you like this. For example, we have a paragraph. I think we have discussed at the very beginning of typography. Here, okay, we have discussed Jumbotron, lead, and so on. Now we will discuss about badge. Then, for example, if we want to highlight that particular word, then write expand and class badge hyphen like contextual class, whatever that primary or secondary or any other. So just please, and then highlighting that in the format. The same way, you even can also write success, warning, danger, light, dark, like this, all the points. Okay, then next, already we have discussed the text that can be block code and the text that can be in the Jumbotron format, like this. And now let us create an alert and then progress bars, how it will be. For this, we can just reduce. Okay. And then now we want to make it something an alert message. So new class alert space alert hyphen that particular thing. And then just write something. It show something matter based on the user action that we will be showing. Either it is successfully user entered, or else user is entering something wrong, like this, or else any information that we have to pass to the user. Like this, we can use the alert messages, like this. And we even can also create the concept of dismissible alert. How it will be, for example, user is typing something and it is something went wrong. We have to show that alert message. Once user sees that alert message, user is not interested to see further. So user wants to, as user got a clarity, okay, something went wrong, user have to close on it. Okay, user have to click and close on it. So alert, alert space, let me write here something, warning or danger, something like this, state, and then additionally alert hyphen dismissible. Inside this, hello, button, type, button, class, close. And when you are clicking on cross mark, it has to close. For that, we have data hyphen dismiss and then name it as alert. Additionally, we can say area hyphen label, it's for close. Inside this button, we can just write a span where a class, not a class, let us write here area hyphen hidden true and show the cross mark. That cross mark can be written either directly or else you can use an HTML entity which is called ampersand times. Then like this. Once user is seeing and user wants to close on it, that is gone away, of course. And if it want, so if it is required something a slow action, we even can also make it something additionally fading effect. So fade, show. Then glory gone away. That is how we can create the concept of dialect, sorry, uh, pagination, breadcrumb, badges, alert messages, and now let us work with the progress. While uploading or downloading, you will be having or else anything which is installing. There will be something a progress how much it is completed right now. So to see that how it will be working, of course not dynamically. It just we are presenting in different styling, different styles of even a progress bars. So new class progress. Then in this write a div, write a class progress bar and progress bar stripped, which is it will show a grid lines. Then style with, for example, it is completed 37 percentage. Let us assume, and to show area hyphen value max, value mean, value now. First minimum it starts from 0 percentage to area hyphen value now, which is 37, and area hyphen value max finally 100 percentage. Then mm, that's it. If you want something to write something matter, then now like this grid which we have written a strip, and if something that should be in animated effect, then additionally to these classes, right, progress bar animated like this. Okay, so then now let us work with the concept of media objects. As we have done somewhere else working with images, some additional classes we have. So hope you are getting the concepts what we are discussing. If you are, of course, here we are not writing any program. We are just using the classes, how that class is presenting to the content. Then now you can see media objects dot html. Okay, now write a div class media. Inside this, let us use any image. We have only these three things are. Let it be something. And then apply the class, something giving margin right space. Then inside this, create a div one more and make media hyphen body. Inside this, just copy and paste that matter, whatever that we want. Make it something paragraph with. Now see that output. Media objects na, showing that image in the left hand side and beside the content, and that too if you observe the image is giving preference to towards to top. Then okay, next point, you can just make it at right and both sides. So let us do one thing. Then something else at both sides, and that too it is defaultly showing in the top. Now we even can also place these images in the center or even at bottom. Of course, further classes we can have what you can say rounded or rounded circle, or you can say img thumbnail like this. That is additionally we can use. And now these images d hyphen flex align hyphen self hyphen center. Then Now observe the content in the images showing in the center of that content. In the same way, if you have written the final point, display the images in the bottom place. You can just write align hyphen self hyphen end. Whatever we are writing here in all the concepts separately, each and everything, at the end, while designing, we use these concepts only instead of again searching and finding out some concepts how to do. Implementing these concepts and making something a proper designing, simple designing. Then this is how, okay, let us see output. Right now, that content and the images are at the end. So the next is we can say list group. What is that list group? We know already how to write a listings and making a listings in a proper way. A group of list of items at one. So how? Now let us write. If you have any list somewhere else, okay. Let me go with this for time being. If you have a link, okay. And in place of list inline, write list group, and in place of list group item, in place of inline, write list group. Any anything else? I mean, any doubts? Okay, so first let us see that output. List groups showing a list of items like this. And we even can write an anchor element and how it can be. Let us write an anchor. We can do one thing. Let me write one more list item and just copy. So when you want to make it something a hovering or something an anchor element when you place a mouse, it should different way. For that we have a class list group item action. That is right here. To the li itself you have to write. So what you have to write? List group item act, action, and then apply to all the classes. For the li we have to write and then like this. And if any of that link that should be disabled, you can just write disable. If any of that link that should be active, you can write active. Then you even can also, but it's very rare cases only. Let me just write. A link not only can have a simple statement, it can also make it something, a content also. That is how, let us make it two list of items for time being here. And then each list of item in the anchor element place some content. And see that output now like this. A list even can have heading and something, a description. Of course, either you can make it and link totally or not, it's later issue. But finally, a link that can have like this also. Then the next one is like a media objects, how we have done the same way we have cards with header, description, and footer. Cards designing. Where you can write header with some heading or as a navigation, whereas description, a content of that what is heading and footer. So how we can design? Let us see example. Cards layout. Observe here. To use something, it's not mandatory. I'm giving a horizontal lines, and then now write a div class card, and inside this write a div class card hyphen header, whereas class card hyphen body and class card hyphen footer. So let me just copy that one heading. And for heading, we can write here card title also. Let us see here. Whereas for body, write something paragraph. Whereas for footer, okay, let me go with something button and class btn space btn hyphen secondary. Just let me read more and apply the class here for header and for h1 or anything. Card hyphen title. Whereas class card hyphen text. Now see that output. Like this heading, description, and paragraph. Okay, sorry, footer. Here you can write even that media objects, images, presentation, everything, whatever you want. And let us do one thing. Let us instead of making something, make it something H4. Okay, even a header that can be having a navigation. How we can create a navigation? Let us just copy the total concept in place of header. Then copy that navigations. Okay, we go with the tab what we have already done, but not too much because we have less space here. But additionally to the nav tabs and nav tabs, you need to add one more class. What is that means? Card hyphen header hyphen tabs. That's it. And make it something. Okay. Now that's it. Like this. It's already act as you have given card hyphen header hyphen tabs. Then it's just showing like this. And with the drop down, everything that is already we have done, we just copied and then added here this class. That's it. Then mm, we even can also write something like this here. I mean, the border secondary, that is a border like this dark showing, and you even can also write bg hyphen whatever you want. So both the things, just applying the classes here like this. Okay, so and now okay, so with all these concepts, whatever we have done, we design a website. Additionally, we create a two more concepts in the design. Dialog box designing at the same time carousels. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let us first, I just want to create a new file, make it something blogger or something else. Then make it as it is that fix the layout first. And we want something in the very beginning. Let us write a responsive navigation. Then what we have here, let us write. And if you want that should be fixed either in the top or else in the bottom. So we can add that class fixed hyphen top or else fixed hyphen bottom. So let us add fixed hyphen bottom. I want that something that should be in the bottom. So open that output. Okay. We will remove or we will do something else and changes here. So we have written something and it's showing towards to Donna. Okay, we can make it something that list of items that should be showing towards to uh, top. How can we make it? Drop up. Okay, like this. And then now we want to design something. So let us write some classes here. Section. I just assuming and writing. It's not mandatory to go with this like top and bottom and left and right and border bottom 1 pixel dotted. We'll go with this something. So wherever that we are going to use a section element that will be having top and bottom and so on. And let us write a grid. Uh, okay, GD. I mean, just wants to make it something grid or something a highlighting of content due as we have done in somewhere else. Class cap symbol equals to COL, and here border 1 pixel, solid, and then background, make it a light gray color, font family. Okay, go with this. Text align, make it something justify or center, whatever you want. And additionally, we will apply these classes padding, top and bottom, and left and right. Now we even have going to create a class Jumbotron and apply something same color, light color. What is a light color? Something there. Okay. As we have already done with the concept of navigation, that is already displayed in the bottom. Then now, okay, remove this one existing. Highlight content. I want to create highlighting of content. New class, write Jumbotron, and we want that background should be filled full width. That is from left hand side to right hand side covering. So that is why we even have a class which is called Jumbotron Fluid, which it will cover the full width. Here, inside that, we want a div with container, the background that should be full width covering irrespective of the device, whereas the content that should be fixed. So, and then write some matter. Class display hyphen one. Okay, make it something four because it will be automatically showing a large. Then and then make it a class here lead. First of all, see how far we have done. That is covering the full width of background. Inside that, giving a content in the center by giving something space. Okay. So like this we have. And then we come down. Let us make something like this. And you even can also create a button. When user clicks on it, it will just open. Now come to the point of container. That is why we have discussed in the very beginning for the navigations for what can say backgrounds. We go with the full fluid concept, whereas for content highlighting in the center, we go with just simple content per container. Okay. So now display. I want to display something now. Three things. Uh, I mean three columns. Okay. First of all, let us do one thing. Let me write here. I want to display services contents. Small. Some heading, some description, some image, and read more link. Okay. So services. Then first write a div. Set the container inside this. What is the class we have done? GD and div. Okay. First of all, let us write section. In this, I just want to write first see that output something, but it is too much. Nah? Then and here in this section itself, I want to divide columns. So to divide the columns, you need to sorry to divide that columns. Now, okay, let us do one thing. First, let me write here a div and a class. What is that class we have given? GD. Inside this, if you have given class row and inside this COL hyphen SM hyphen 3. Inside this, we want to display the cards what we have done something else. Or for timing, let me display media object with something content. What I want to just display means I just want to display a column with some matter. What's it? Let us see how far we have done. It is a media, it is a column, it is a row, and it is main. Okay, let us do one thing. Mm, okay, but we want not in a nice way. So let us do one thing. But mm, or else we'll do one thing. Let us instead of making something something here everything here it is grid. Na? Sorry, it's grid. Just bring this total concept out in place of a section. Let us write a div class row. Inside this, we want cards layout. Excuse me, kindly, could you please mute? Okay. So what we have done means in the container, we have created a row and the first column up to this point, it's the first column. Now first let us see that output. Right. This is what we want. Some heading, some description, and some read more. And if you want something image that should display, so write some image. Very beginning we have discussed images now. Yes. Yeah. Use any of that image. Okay, I want to display something, an image along with the content. Close this one. Here, we can say even image. Additionally, write a float left mr hyphen 3 margin right something 3 and then see this output. Yes, this is what, but too much bigger now. If you want to reduce something else, so you can just fix here col hyphen make it 5 irrespective of the that is I mean irrespective of the device, it's just adjusting, that is you are fitting something small image and something content. Now the same way, let us think that it's one of the service, and in the same way that you want to create the other services, so just copy for time being. Even though the matters are same, for timing let it be created a three boxes with something headings and descriptions and something. Then now we create three columns. After completion of these services, then we want to maintain a container. write a div class container. Inside this, we want three columns. First of all, we need to we need to write a row. Then only we can create a columns. A row, then column sm3 first column, and second column I want 6, and third column again 3. Now in the left column, for time being, okay, whatever I just wants to create the concept of collapsing. That means when user wants to see something matter, observe here under this services. We have written now. By the content. Sorry, this is the right now. In the container, we have okay. Let us do one thing. Let us display at right hand side. I want to display something. That is what. So if you want something giving a space, like exactly here what we have done. So what you can do after a container, again you have open a container. Okay, let us do one thing. Make it only one li and make it here something h4, and when you click on it, it's opening. And in the center point, we'll write an article in the center of that column. We write an article. We can say we can write media objects content, like we can say here how we have done. Hope you are getting whatever we have discussed. We are just adjusting the columns to see something content in the center. Okay? And we want something that should be nice effect. So you can place this image. You can place this image in the same way like as we have written in the cardboard. In the then sorry, not here. Here in the cardboard, the media. Okay. Okay, we can use something else that is later. Let us write here for this container separately. You can give a call or else make it something style padding top and bottom left and right. So It's not applying the padding. Sorry. You have given. Okay, right. And now, so we have three columns, and here sidebar, sidebar, and container. And then let us display in the center, sorry, in the left hand side again, one more. For example, if we want to display a login form, for example, then just copy this any of the input group elements, or else I can copy even from form layout. Hmm. So copy this one username, and this we want form. Okay. Make it same input element. And for example, the same way as we have written here, okay, right? Something a login form with the button. Make it here a button, type button, and class btn space btn hyphen primary. Just write login. So if you want that something that should be in the right hand side, make it. Think we have. Let us write, but it will apply for images especially. Let us do float RIGHT, right? It is defaultly applying to the left hand side. So let us do one thing. You can just write here margin left to give something space, obviously. It's not applying. Or else you can go with your custom style, or else make it something simple effect. Same with empty. Copy this one, make it here, but here let us make it something 8, and this column make it 3, and don't write anything here. That's it. In place of input element, place that button. Okay, then remove this class margin right 3 something, or else you can make it something here 3 3, 8. It's not, it's giving preference to this one. The margin is not applying for this button, so no problem. Yeah. Let it be. That is not an issue. I mean, we can write our custom style. That is not an issue here. So now, after all these things, let us first see the response you. The content is displaying like this. If it is an extra small device, the content, this is not properly aligned. That is why we got scrolling. Okay, that we can adjust. Let us do one thing. No problem. In place of media body, here call span, sorry, call hyphen. Okay, no problem. Let us make it something what we have written here. The card body, card header, card body, card footer, card. Okay, okay. Why it is not properly aligned means we have opened a column and now let's see where is that content. Content is adjusting something, but still something where we're getting okay. Drop down. It's opening properly, and then so the content is adjusted properly. This is what something we are getting. So let us make it something. I mean the left hand side column is not adjusted properly. This form. So make it this form inside of any box item. We can make it in the card, but button make it login button as a form button type submit. In the card body, we place a form. Where is that form itself? These two items placed in the body. Already we have written this one. So it is adjusting something content in the box effect. It is too much right now. That's why in the top here we have properly, but in the right hand side we are getting something. Let us do. For time being, let us do one thing. Let us remove this column, make it Then call form label like this. The same way, remove that, and here remove a row effect, and then a small thing that we have to do, that is okay, no problem, we can adjust here, like say as a proper way of giving something space. The top, let us just check it out. In the container, we have row, and in the row, column, column, and column, three columns we have, but the contents are not fitting or adjusting. So let us do one thing. For timing, let me just remove this one. That is not an issue. Okay, we can adjust it. That is not. We will do. We will discuss about this point tomorrow. At the same time, how we can create a model dialog box and carousels effects like this, along with this in this example itself. Okay, and with that, even you can see the examples in official website. Get Bootstrap. Whatever we are discussing, first of all, give preference to this. Uh, Starter template, how we can create a responsive navigation and something content in the center and grid system. So first give this, first whatever we have discussed, after completing of that, just give a preference to grid, then starter template, creating same what we have done, what these people have done. Just copy and see, and then work with the navigations, and then work with the login forms and something like this. I mean, after completing of all these things, even you try a sample example. Along with that, you just download all these coding, what these people have given, and can see here what we have done. Same form with the data symbol and so on, dividing columns, payments, all these things what we have discussed. They have given something, a list group items. It is called badge, which is giving a effect how many items are there. So like this. Then we'll discuss rest of things in anything messages. Sorry, charting. Let me see. No. Okay then. So we'll meet tomorrow and we'll complete the points which is resting. Sorry, which is left over. And once it is completing, if time file, of course, it will have time also, no problem. Then we'll start with the programming JavaScript tomorrow onwards. Okay, na? Okay then. Thank you and bye.